Bro, I literally started this channel from 0 subscriber. I mean, I only had one, which is myself. I subscribed myself from a different account, but you know what? That's valid. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, uh, so in the first episode, I mentioned that I used to love drawing. So the reason why I stopped drawing, not because I lose interest of drawing, but there is a reason why I stopped, and I want to tell you in this episode. So every time I get a free time, I always have to choose between gaming or drawing because I like it both. Well, but not as much as drawing. I was too obsessed with drawing. Um, this is where the story starts. So prepare yourself. All right, so even though I was on my art block era, I always forced myself to draw. Anyway, if you didn't know what art block is, so art block is when an artist don't feel like drawing or they don't feel like drawing. Anyway, even though I'm on my art block era, I forced myself to draw than playing games. And let me tell you why. Because my perspective was if I use my free time to draw, I will at least get something from it, which is my art. And if I compare it with playing games, I will get nothing other than just having fun. That was my perspective, by the way. And yeah, I admit it, I was obsessed with drawing. But let me tell you something, it got worse. So, like I said before, I don't get a lot of free time. I was always forced myself to draw even though I was tired and sleepy. Because the only time I had a free time, it was always in the middle of the night. And I ended up stayed up all night till morning just to do my hobby, which is drawing. Well, I was even crazier back then. I was only slept for like 2 or 3 hours a day. There was a couple of times when I was only slept for like an hour. And obviously that made me felt dizzy and sick the entire day. And not gonna lie, even when I was sleepy, I forced myself to draw and told myself this, I have to finish this art piece. And I don't know why, but I slowly treated my hobby as my job. So yeah, I fell asleep so many times when I was drawing because I was tired. And I hate the fact that if I don't draw just in a day or two, I would ended up being upset and it ruins my mood for the whole day. I don't know why, but I just felt like drawing is a drug to me. It's weird. Let's say this. If I can draw for just like 15 minutes a day, I would felt happy for the rest of my day. And if I don't draw, dude, let me tell you, I had a bad mood pretty often. And if you think about it again, if it's my hobby, if it's your hobby, why does it make you suffer? Anyway, months ago, I told myself to take a break from drawing. So I did. I felt amazing. I don't get the pressure to keep drawing. I don't think about my unfinished arts. I slept for 7 hours a day and I had fun playing games, watching movies, etc. I mean, it's just my problem, you know? Not everyone does the same thing as me. I don't know why. I just treated my hobby as my job. I don't know why, but okay. For example, it was 3 a.m. and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like draw maybe for like 20 minutes, just 20 minutes. But just because you're doing what you like, you just don't feel like the time anymore. Like everything just felt so fast because you really enjoy what you did. So I always like ended up being like hours and hours drawing. So yeah, not drawing anymore felt so much better. Even though sometimes I have like the urge to draw, I kind of like stop myself from drawing because like I choose happiness. So yeah, I feel like this podcast is too short. This is a pretty short podcast because it's just talking about like my hobby and the reason why I stopped. I don't even know why I made this podcast, but I just want to share my stories. And yeah, so in my next podcast, I'm going to talk about self love or something about like embarrassment, cringe, and something like that. I don't even know if I can make like a long podcast. Beep.
And subscribe.